I'm on my last hill on the way up to the campsite here. And so I'll get a perfect sheen of sweat right before I arrive. So summer's almost over and my job is ramping back up for the fall. So I wanted to take a chance, come out, get one last awesome camping trip in before I get busy. And so I decided this weekend I'm gonna go ahead and go bike packing, and I'm on my Specialized Diverge, which is like a gravel bike, but it has like bottle cage bosses, so you can hook up a lot of accessories. So there are a couple of nice scenic places out here that we can go, but this place, I'm up by the Hudson Valley, and there are trees everywhere, hills everywhere, so it's generally a pretty slow path, but it's a lot of fun. So I stopped to go over some of the features of the Diverge before checking in with the camp host. This was the day before Hurricane Ida rolled through, and I missed the call from the host about postponing my reservation. Because of that, this video evolved into an overview of the bike. So let's take a look at this all-round adventure gravel bike. Hanging from the handlebars is the Big Agnes Fly Creek 2 Bike Pack tent. Inside this bag is the tent, footprint, and an air mattress. Adding more storage are two 5.5 liter Dom Gorilla bags. And the bags are mounted to the Specialized Burra racks, designed specifically to fit this bike. The racks have a slim profile and are barely noticeable when the bike is unloaded. Each bag has two Titan straps attaching it to the rack. This Garmin mount came pre-installed on the bike and really cleans up the cockpit. Attached to the stem is a quad lock case mount. Over the last few years, I've become a big fan of this mount's phone retention while grinding through the miles. The FutureShock 2.0 offers an excellent balance of lightweight suspension, but I am concerned with the reliability of this proprietary part. It can cost up to $700 to replace if you can find a replacement. Lighting the way is a Saigo Light Metro headlight and taillight combo. This combo has survived heavy use since I got it in 2016, and the combo has worked so well that I purchased a second set for my LA Sprint. The SRAM AXS Quark Power Meter is an unnecessary luxury, but the accuracy and data analysis enable me to lay down the right amount of power on long rides. Through proprietary engineering of the chainstay, this frame accepts tires as wide as 44C. Additionally, the chainstay has a meaty protector that will prevent damage on the gnarliest of terrain. To keep the bike versatile, I added Expedo Mountain Force titanium pedals. The frame accepts bolt-on top tube bags. If you plan to use a bento box, I recommend using one that does not require a strap around the steerer tube to prevent interference with the FutureShock. In my bag is an assortment of goo gels. I don't intake the gels as much as I should, but they are there in case I bonk. I can instantly load myself up with a ton of liquid maltodextrin. No bike packing setup is complete without the obligatory coffee cup hanging off the side of your saddlebag. Take a second to subscribe and click the thumbs up button below. I recently upgraded the rear cassette from the SRAM AXS 1050 to an E13 brand 950. Upgrading the cassette took about an hour and added a big bump to my top speed. The cogs are sized to retain close to the original jumps, so it was an easy transition, increasing ride quality. Swapping the front ring for a 38 tooth would retain the same top speed but add more to the tractor climbing gear. The SRAM Force Axis rear derailleur accepts up to a 52 tooth dinner plate in the rear. Even when fully loaded, the 950 cassette is sufficient for me to climb any hills that I have encountered. The battery offers plenty of life, and the Force derailleur has a carbon fiber cage versus the rival's aluminum cage. The Pathfinder Pro tires are mated to Roval Terra carbon fiber rims and offer excellent balance between speed on the hardball and grip on gravel roads. These stock tires are 700 by 38C, and I set them up tubeless after getting a puncture within the first 200 miles. Since going tubeless, the tires mated to the Roval wheels retain consistent pressure for extended periods. Looks like I must have picked up a little bit of something for a flat here, so you can see the sealant did its job. Still got plenty of air pressure in here, and if I did get a flat, I do have this little SWAT access, and in there I have 2 tubes and 3 CO2 tanks, so hopefully I won't need those on this trip, but they're there if I do need them. Because I frequently ride with this bike loaded, I decided to upgrade the front rotor from 160 millimeters to 180 millimeters. The added diameter gives me ample stopping power on the wildest of descents. The swap was quick and only required rotating the spacer. In the rear is the stock 140 millimeter rotor. Although seemingly small, this rotor offers more than enough power to lock up the rear wheel and catapult me into a vegan cyclist hip injury. The SRAM force calipers offer sufficient braking power, but I feel that the levers don't offer as much modulation as the Shimano brake system does. The 16-liter Ortlieb seat pack has substantial internal volume, and combined with the fork bags, I can carry more stuff than I really need. So this tropical storm is coming in, and I got here and they said, hey, we're trying to close up for the storm. If I need to stay, I can stay. If not, I can come back some other time. And I've already got my good ride in, and so what I'll do is I postponed and I'm gonna come back and camp here another night. I do plenty of camping, and so risking going home in the tropical storm, really with all the traffic on the roads, I decided to go ahead and head back home, and I'll take up this adventure in a couple of weeks.